In this video I'm going to be talking about how to make a break-even chart. Now to do this you're going to make sure that you're on the chart tab in the first place, and your finished chart should look something like this. Now what does this chart actually show? Well, it's got a title, break-even chart, it's got the x-axis which is labelled number of houses, and it's got the y-axis which is labelled with value in pounds, and this is the break-even point. So what this chart is showing you is that if you sell up to 5 houses or even 6 houses in a month, your company actually starts losing money. But as soon as you start selling 6 or more houses, your company actually starts making money, so it makes a profit. So that's what a break-even chart is. Now the reason why it's not 5.5 or 6.5 houses is because you can't sell 5.5 houses or 6.5 houses. So how do you actually make this? Well, first thing you got to do is work out the formulas in these yellow boxes. Okay, so what this is saying is this is how much money the company makes in this area, and this is how much the company spends each month. So we spend money on staff wages, electricity, and we even have to pay tax on the money that we make. So let's start off with money coming in. So if you sell 2 houses, we get £2,000. So what we do is write equals that, multiply, make sure it's times or the little star, 2,000, press enter. So it's £4,000. So if you sell 3 houses, £6,000. There you go, it works. So 20% tax on 6,000. To do that, you write equals, click on the 6,000, multiply again, 20%, press enter. There we go, £1,200 on £6,000 tax. The last thing is you've got to add all this up. To do that, you click on FX, sum, press OK. Sum of what? We want the sum of all this plus the tax, press OK. So far we've made £6,000 and spending 9,900. So obviously we're making a lot. Okay, so the thing you're going to make now is the data table. Now what the data table is basically, if you sell 0 houses, it basically works out the total income, the total expenses, and the profit loss for 0 houses, all the way up to 10 houses. So it's actually a very clever tool. The way you do this is you select all of this, the grey ones, grey cells, click on what if analysis, data table, column input cell, and you choose this cell here. There's a big arrow to tell you. Press OK, and it works out for you. So as you can see from this, if you sell 5 houses, you make £700 loss, and if you sell 6 houses, you make £900 profit. So that's the break-even point. So this is what our chart is going to be based on. Okay, so this is how you actually make the chart. So what you do is you press the total income, and with your finger pressed on the control button, you basically skip this whole line here and then start from 0 all the way up to 20. And while it's still pressed, you click on total expenses, from 8,700 to 12,700. So you can let go of everything now. So these two are selected, but without this. You go to insert line, this one here. So there we go. Looks like a line chart, but it hasn't got the headings or the labels. So that's what we need to do to make it a proper chart. So let's make this a little bit bigger. To do this, on your version of Excel, you might have to press this plus button. When you press this plus button, you can select what you want to add. So I'm going to go to here and go to chart title, choose this one, and right here, break even chart. And then we want to label these this x-axis. So this is the number of houses. So we go to axis, we go to horizontal one, and below the axis, and right here, number of houses sold. And lastly, we want to label the y-axis. To do that, we go here, vertical one, rotated title, yep, and we write value in pounds. And that's your break-even chart. One other thing that you could do is you can go to design and you can choose a nice design. There we go. And that's it. So you've mastered how to make a chart by correctly labeling it with the axes and the title.